Dougie Freedman was made Crystal Palace manager on a permanent basis this week. First up was a trip to Swansea, who are making a strong challenge for a playoff place, or even better. Your commentator for this one is Tony Gubber.
Well, Swansea must have had surely 80% of the possession in this half. Here's Luke Moore on the turn. Oh, an excellent strike. The new signing turning on the edge of the penalty area and getting away a really good left foot shot. Sinclair. Nice return ball from Gower. Sinclair. That's the opening goal. Nonchalantly side-footed. Darren Prattley scores his 7th goal of the season. Good return ball from Grant to Sinclair. The cutback found Prattley. Now Dyer. Just the fullback ahead of him. Oh, he's got good footwork. He's gone down under the challenge. It's going to be a penalty. And the trickery of Nathan Dyer brings a penalty for Swansea, brought down by David Wright. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It moves Scott Sinclair onto 15 goals for the season. 10 of them have come in the Championship. Speroni went to his right. Sinclair slid it into the other corner. Swansea with the corner. Just an hour played, and it was Tate arriving. And was there a push on Tate? Well, it's handball, and it's going to be another penalty. And John Moss has pointed at the Crystal Palace penalty spot for the second time in the space of 3.5 minutes. Alan Tate's header was heading towards goal. There was an outstretched arm by Stefan Iversen. This time he goes the other side. And it's Swansea 3, Crystal Palace 0. 2 penalties for Sinclair.
It was a very good performance. Showed lots of our qualities today. Good passing, good movement, nice and creative at the top end of the field, and obviously created chances. So I'm very pleased, and obviously kept a clean sheet, which is important.
I thought our performance, disciplined, our performance was good. The result wasn't quite there, but in a strange way I'm quite happy, because I'll go home tonight knowing that my players believe in what I asked them, and I know they've got enough quality in the team there to get us out the position we're in.
Paul Jewell was in charge for his first match as Ipswich manager, having watched their League Cup win over Arsenal from the stands on Wednesday night. Millwall looked like a tough opening fixture for a man 2 years out of the game, but it was his side who opened the scoring against the run of play. Thomas Priskin, the goal-scoring hero from Wednesday, finishing from the tightest of angles for his first league goal since November. And one nearly became 2 when Jamie Peters' hopeful cross almost caught out David Ford, but Priskin fluffed the follow-up. It would have been harsh on Millwall, who were looking for a 4th consecutive home win, and they deservedly pulled level when Neil Harris's cushioned header teed up Danny Schofield to score his 2nd in as many matches. Steve Morrison has been attracting plenty of admiring glances from Premier League clubs, and it's easy to see why, as he avoided the offside trap to score his 12th goal of the season. The win pushes Millwall into 9th place, 3 points off the playoffs.
Yakubu was making his Leicester debut after arriving on loan from Everton in the week, as the Foxes look to maintain their push for a top 6 finish. This was Phil Brown's first league game in charge of Preston. The North End defence have conceded the most goals in the Championship this season. Paul Gallagher came close to opening the scoring there. Gallagher had got the winner in the reverse fixture back in October. He was again foiled by the post as the hosts continued to ride their luck. Yakubu had not played at this level since 2003, but he didn't take long to get reaccustomed to life in the Championship. The Nigerian international putting the visitors in front on the hour. The Foxes aiming to continue their unbeaten league start to 2011. Only Crystal Palace have conceded more goals than Leicester on the road this season in the Championship. And that poor defensive form away from the Walkers was shown again in the 90th minute. Ian Hume putting Preston back on level terms. Leicester were given one last chance to win the match when Andy King was sent clear. Andy Lonergan with the good save. Preston's first point under Brown. Leicester now unbeaten in 3 in the league.
Mickey Adams returned to one of his former clubs looking for a first win since taking charge of Sheffield United. And he had goalkeeper Steve Simonson and the crossbar to thank for escaping from the Rico with a point. Gary McSheffrey came close to opening the scoring in the second half with that free kick. And despite 17 corners and 21 attempts on goal, the Sky Blues couldn't make their dominance pay. McSheffrey again nearly scoring. It's now 7 league games without a win for Coventry.
The future of Barnsley's Adam Hamill has been much talked about this month. The former Liverpool player has been a standout performer for the Tykes and is tipped for a Premier League return. His team travelled east to Hull, who are proving hard to beat of late, and it was the hosts who went close after the break, Robert Corran with that effort. Nigel Pearson knows how to get the best out of Matty Fryatt. The striker was a prolific scorer under Pearson at Leicester and aims to do the same at Hull. It was a challenge on Fryatt that was the key moment of this match. Stephen Foster shown a red card. Fryatt took the penalty, his second goal in 2 league games for the Tigers. And it got even worse for Barnsley. Jason Shackle had already been booked when he chased Anthony Gerrard into the corner. Look out for a kick from the Barnsley man. He too dismissed. Barnsley now down to 9. Hull made the most of their 2-man advantage to add a second goal in stoppage time. Corran, from out here, made it look easy. Hull have now won 4 of their last 6 in the Championship.
After an embarrassing exit to Burton Albion in the FA Cup, it's fair to say Middlesbrough fans are still waiting to see the shoots of recovery under Tony Mowbray. Maybe playing in blue would help. His side faced Keith Millen's Bristol City, the same team Mowbray had met in his opening match in charge and lost. But this was to be a different story, as Leroy Lita, who started his career at City, had his cross turned into his own net by the unfortunate Khalifa Cisse. Despite being unbeaten in their last 8 home league games, City were 2 down just inside the hour mark, when Lita didn't need the help of the defender this time. But his disrobing got him his first yellow card of the season. Mowbray's side had struggled to score away from home this season. Not that you'd have believed it, as the goals continued to flow. Their third, a superb individual effort by midfielder Barry Robson. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the home side then had a man sent off. The man in question was the goalkeeper, David James, for what was seen as a 90th minute foul on Borough substitute Cameron Park, resulting in a straight red. Having already used all his substitutes, Keith Millen was forced to put defender Liam Fontaine in goal, who couldn't stop it being a 2-litre game, as he inflicted on City their heaviest defeat of the season. Maybe Mowbray's turned the corner.
Swansea's win lifts them above Welsh rivals Cardiff and into second, just 3 points behind leaders Queen's Park Rangers. They were held at Burnley. Derby's defeat means they drop another place to 14th. Middlesbrough rise 1 position to 19th. The bottom 3 stay the same. In League One, Darren Ferguson could hardly have had a tougher start to his second spell in charge of Peterborough. He took Posh to Brighton, and the League One leaders were soon ahead thanks to Chris Wood. Elliot Bennett had set up that goal, and just 2 minutes later, it was the impressive Bennett who put Brighton 2 up. West Brom Loney and New Zealand international Wood added another after the break, as the Seagulls eased towards a 4th successive win. Ferguson did at least have something to cheer though, as Posh attempted a late comeback. But Lee Tomlin's header was as much as they could muster, 3-1 to Brighton. At the top, Brighton are 4 points clear of Huddersfield. The Terriers are up to second, after 2 late goals earned them a 4-2 win at Walsall. Carlisle thrashed Bristol Rovers 4-0, while Yeovil won at West Country rival Swindon. Dagenham also won, and they're off the bottom of League One. In League Two, Jim Gannon's first match in charge of Port Vale was against local rivals Crewe Alexandra. It always looked a tough task, and Alex took the lead thanks to Sean Miller. Vale, though, were back in the match after the break when Rhys Taylor took out Justin Richards. Richards also got the better of Taylor from the penalty spot. But Crewe made it 4 wins from 5 when substitute Adam Dugdale beat teammate Miller to the ball 9 minutes from time to seal the win. Crewe closed the gap on Port Vale to just a point. Chesterfield beat Stevenage, Wickham got the better of Lincoln and rise above Rotherham, who lost to Southend. It's a win that lifts Southend 2 places to 15th. Hereford's recent good run continues. They beat Stockport 3-0. Lincoln prop up the Football League. Some consolation for the Imps, though. Our goal of the week comes from their midfielder Gavin McCallum with a fantastic volley. The Canadians' first ever goal for the club wasn't enough, though, to deny Wickham victory. Next week on the show, it's an East Midlands showdown, Derby versus Nottingham Forest. And Leeds hope to maintain their promotion bid when they travel to Portsmouth. See you then.